About Serene Insurance.
Oh,
Tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors' all risk insurance for the projects and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
All right, so you're welcome back. It's now time for us to take a look at happenings in the port and shipping industry in the course of the week. And indeed, we've been having some updates on the Port of Keta project, and we had a board chairman of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority bringing us up to speed with what the status of that particular project is, plus the fact that GPHA has enhanced its capacity in crisis management. Let's take a look at these stories and more.
If you want to build a facility of that nature, then you've got to plan well. You know, I think we've done the basic, all the basic work that has to be done. At the moment, I think it's left the environmental and social impact analysis, which we have had several expressions of interest. Some have been shortlisted, and then they will be asked to bring in their financial and technical proposals for evaluation, after which we will select one consultant who then will undertake the environmental and social impact analysis. It's important because that is an input to whoever you want to attract to Keta. But Keta is interesting for me, not only because of its location and the potential for it to compete, but we are thinking of a marina as well. It's a beautiful beach, you know, and if we had a marina there, you know, I think people can bring in their yachts along the west coast. It's something beautiful. And then we can generate the beginnings of a major tourism projects into the place. You know, Keta is something which is dear to me. Ever since I went there, we've been talking about Keta. But immediately we finish the environmental and social impact analysis, you know that we are ready to go out there and actually sell Keta. I'm hoping that before the end of this year, all the preliminary works, you know, feasibility study has been done, and it shows that there's a positive rate of return if we're able to do all those things. Now there was a scoping report, now the environmental impact analysis. Once we have that, then the various things that we need to do as preconditions would have been fulfilled, and then we can bring in a tender for actual works to proceed.
Even though the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has in the past made efforts to attain optimum levels of capacity when it comes to security, the organization knows better not to rest on its oars. To this end, selected senior management members of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority have undergone a 4-day crisis management training exercise to enhance existing capabilities to effectively manage potential crises. The training program is under the WeCAPS project, a European Commission-funded capacity building program to strengthen security and safety of West and Central African ports. The exercise was categorized into 4 sessions, namely risk culture, crisis management, crisis communication, and crisis simulation. Incident commander and harbour master at the port of Tema, Captain Francis Kwesi Maika, explained that GPHA recognizes the need for continuous improvement in all areas of operations to ensure the successful running of the ports of Ghana.
We'll need to be at the citadel or be at the crisis center to be able to work out the issue of containing the emergency that might come up. So this collaboration has gone on for some time, and we decided to have this training to bring out all the juices of the features that are prevalent in this kind of exposure.
Crisis management expert Fabrice Tolari said the feedback obtained is indicative of GPHA's preparedness for unforeseen incidents and circumstances.
Crisis management is more important. There is a lot of crisis situation today because the world is linking, every department is linking, and when you collapse one pillar, you collapse, effects, domino effects, and it's a crisis situation. For the port, it's more important to continue quickly the activity. Today, the port is prepared to the crisis situation.
I wish you all the best, and thank you all for the participation. You took it as seriously as possible. It's been a good experience for all of us, and we hope to continue throughout the year on year. We have to do exercises like this.
As facilities of international trade, Ghana's ports are subject to the requirements of the Environmental Protection Agency. One of such requirements is the review of the environmental performance of the ports with the aim for continuous improvement. To this end, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has contracted an environmental consultant, Coastal and Reclamation Engineering Services Limited, to audit its environmental performance and develop a comprehensive environmental management plan, as well as an oil spillage contingency plan. Ahead of its expected completion before the end of 2022, the authority has engaged the various stakeholders who operate in the port enclave to obtain their inputs for the project.
Today we called the stakeholders, the major stakeholders in the port, to discuss the environmental management plan with them and seek their inputs into it. A similar one has been done in Takoradi 2 weeks ago, and this one is for Tema.
We met the aim today. It's been useful. We've picked up things we didn't capture during our own activities, had additional input. It's been very useful.
The environmental management plan will enable Ghana's ports operate sustainably.
The group CEO and managing director of the leading oil marketing company in Ghana, Guel PLC, Kwame Osei Prempeh, has disclosed that the company's bitumen plant being constructed in Tema is expected to start commercial production in August this year. This, he believes, will reduce Ghana's import bill significantly. Speaking at the 53rd annual general meeting of the company, which was held virtually, he said the 7,000 metric tons storage capacity plant worth $35 million is 99.9% complete. According to him, there would be a test run of the plant in July ahead of the commercial production in August this year.
Our engineers from the US are in tying the knots, and all things being equal, you hope that by end of June this year, they'll finish their work, and in July, we start the test run. And by August, we start the commercial production so that the company will start enjoying from our investment that we have made.
The board chairman of Guel PLC, Reginald Daniel Lai, said the company registered a profit after tax of 98.74 million Ghana cedis, up by 9% compared to the 90 million it made in 2020. He averred that the company's earnings per share also increased from 23 pesos to 25 pesos.
I came to inherit a strong company, and our commitment is to make it stronger. And I think we are taking every step to make sure that we improve upon performance, we improve upon practices, we improve upon the culture, and at the end of the day, we're beginning to see results.
Despite the challenging nature of the year 2021, the company's volume of sales of fuel was approximately 886 million litres, about 11% above that of last year.
So those were happenings in the port and shipping industry in the course of the week here in Ghana. It's now time for us to go global and see what's happening on the international scene.
UK-based Artemis Technologies, a spin-off from the Artemis Racing America's Cup sailing team, has launched to market the world's first commercially viable 100% electric high-speed foiling workboat range. Developed and built in Belfast, the zero-emission vessels are said to be the greenest workboats on the planet and represent a £12 million investment in research and development. With a top speed of 34 knots and a range of 60 nautical miles at 25 knots cruise speed, the vessels produce energy savings of up to 90% compared to conventional fossil fuel workboats. British freight forwarder All Seas Global Logistics has launched its own shipping company, All Seas Shipping Company, calling it the first British registered shipping line launched in 40 years. This is another demonstration of logistic companies and manufacturers trying to gain stronger control over shipments after 2 years of supply chain disruptions. According to the company, the new shipping line is a natural extension of its existing expertise and business. They said the new shipping line combines the logistics and chartering expertise of All Seas Global Logistics with the container equipment experience of its sister company, First Containers Operation, and the shipping liner agency experience of DKT All Seas. Several media reports indicate that Mediterranean Shipping Company is preparing to take over Global Ports Holding, an operator primarily of cruise ports around the world, as well as some container terminals. Global Ports Holding said that its primary shareholder, a company controlled by Turkish businessman Mehmet Kutman, is in discussion with MSC. Global Ports has created a unique market position, focusing on cruise ports and positioning itself as the cruise ports brand with an integrated network of cruise ports serving cruise ships, ferries, yachts, and mega yachts. The company reports handling 1.5 million passengers annually with over 5,400 port calls. In addition to being the world's largest container shipping line, MSC also operates a growing international cruise brand that is becoming one of the largest in the world.
All right, so those were happenings in the international scene as far as the port and shipping industry is concerned. It's now time for us to zoom into our discussion proper tonight. Now, on the 6th of May 2022, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority celebrated the Occupational Health, Safety and Environment Week, which coincided with the World Environmental Week. And on the 10th of May, again, the authority also joined the rest of the country in the Green Ghana project. And the authority has its own special project, now to green the harbour enclave and its environs. And so symbolically, we were joined by the Deputy Minister for Transport, Management Board, as well as staff, the senior and junior staff unions, to plant trees, even though there was a downpour. And so tonight, we are taking a look at the sustainability of our environment and the role of ports. And so it gives me pleasure this evening to introduce to you Mr. James Benjamin Gazy. He is General Manager, Estate Environment, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. I also introduce to you Mr. Bright Andy Beko, who is also Corporate Estate and Environment Manager, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. And indeed, Mr. Emmanuel Eshon, who is Chairman, Coastal Conservancy Organization, CCO. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to Iron Port.
Thank you.
GM, this is your first time this year?
Yes.
Your first time in 2022.
Yes.
Happy New Year, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chief Wright, your first time here?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
And welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Sean, your first time on Iron Port?
Yes.
Absolutely. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year.
Thank you.
All right, so before we start, let me come to GM, Estate Environment, Mr. Gazy, and find out from you about this particular environmental assessment and management plan for the ports. We just saw the story. Can you bring us the highlights of this particular program and what you sought to, as it were, achieve with it?
Yes, thank you, Kennedy. Let me say hello to all your viewers and wish all fathers Happy Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Today is a special day for all fathers, so I wish all fathers Happy Father's Day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir.
As you are aware, port operation is, in fact, maritime shipping in itself put a lot of
impacts on the environment. So every port activity must be under the permit for environmental, the overseers of the environment, that's the Environmental Protection Agency.
Yes.
So in 2008, the port decided to undertake strategic environmental assessment of the port to bring all the activities in the port under the scope of environmental assessment.
Right.
And we did that, and we produced the environmental management plan, produced the C report, and made it available to EPA. The report indicated that after 5 years, there should have been a review.
Right.
From 2008, we've not been able to review the report. So somewhere in 2019, we started making provision to review the report. Because a lot of things have happened in the port. We had the Tema port expansion, we've had the Takoradi port expansion, and there are other activities also ongoing in the port that have negative impacts, environmental impacts on the port. So we decided to review, audit the port environmentally, and bring all those activities on board to look at each of them, how they individually impact and how they globally impact on the port activity. So CARES was finally selected after the tendering process to undertake this exercise for us. The end product is that CARES will produce for us an environmental management plan to be able, as a tool, to manage the port environment. So that is why you saw the stakeholders. As part of the exercise, there should be a stakeholders meeting to take inputs from stakeholders. So that's what was held at the port. A similar one had been held in Takoradi, where the major stakeholders who are operating in the port were invited.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed for that update. We're so
but
grateful
to add, for each activity that we undertake in the port, the law requires that we take environmental permits. So all the activities we take in the port, we take environmental. The Golden Jubilee Terminal, the Pond Terminal, the port expansion, the key 2 project that we did, we took individual permits for its construction operation.
Okay.
But we want to put all together as one permit. So as part of the end product of this exercise, we'll submit documentation, the EMP to EPA, for them to give us a one omnibus permit for the port operation.
Right.
Yes. So
very well. Thank you very much indeed, GM. Let's go straight into today's topic. I just wanted to bring us up to speed with what the essence of the Green Harbour project is that GPHA is undertaking.
Green Harbour. If we say Green Harbour is part of an initiative to make a port sustainable. If you talk about sustainability, a sustainable port, it means that ports that take particular or specific activities and undertakings to ensure that current and future needs of the port are taken care of, whilst protecting and sustaining human life and natural resources.
Yes.
And green ports are also measure strategies that are taken with monitoring practices at targeting reducing what environmental impacts.
Right.
So it fits into the sustainable port project. But green port on its own is a whole project.
Absolutely.
That set out objectives.
Yes.
Formulate strategies to be able to achieve those objectives. Yes. And the port has not launched officially a green port project.
Right.
But various activities are being undertaken.
Right.
To get there, finally we'll do a formal launching
of the green port project.
And the strategies that we'll formulate will come out and we'll make it better to all our stakeholders.
Right. Right. Mr. Beko, let me come to you. I know there is this ongoing project where the port is trying to plant 1,000 trees within the enclave and then environs. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I also wish to take this opportunity to wish all fathers happy Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Now, the greening of the port, the tree planting exercise that is ongoing in the port, as you are aware, we're trying to operate in a sustainable manner. So we're trying to create a certain carbon sink around our operations.
Yeah.
Activities of port always end up emitting fumes and gases into the atmosphere that may cause certain environmental effects to human beings. So this pre-planting exercise that we are undertaking is our way of ensuring that emissions that come out as a result of our port operations are curtailed, especially with carbon.
Yes.
Especially with carbon. So management became very committed to plant 1,000 trees within the port environment, and every installation where, every location where we have GPHA facilities, anywhere we have GPHA structures, buildings, both within the port jurisdiction and beyond, we're planting trees there because our activities somehow is impacting negatively on the environment.
Yeah.
So this is why management took this initiative to plant these 1,000 trees.
Okay. Yes, Jim, you want to add something?
To that, remember that last year, 11 June, the President, His Excellency,
the Dankwa Akufo-Addo show
joined Ghanaians to plant about 5 million trees.
Yes.
And at that
last
program,
year, I think they did, yeah.
2021.
Last year they did 7 million trees. They wanted to do
initially 5 million was announced.
And they exceeded, yeah, sure, yes.
And he told all Ghanaians that it's going to be an annual affair.
Absolutely.
We missed it. GPHA missed it.
Yes.
But we took a decision that the next project, 2022, will join the exercise.
Deeply involved, yeah.
Yes, we'll get deeply involved. So he urged all Ghanaians to be involved.
Yes.
So truly, 1st March 2022, he launched the 2022 campaign.
Edition, yeah, sure.
So from that day, we started making preparations. We did the management. Yeah. Management accepted it. Management pushed it to the board, and the board was so graceful to also accept it. Yeah. And the question we were asked was that, how are you going to take care of these trees?
Yeah.
You're all busy guys. You go and plant, and within a year they will.
Absolutely.
So we were asked to bring proposal on how to nurture these trees to grow so that we'll benefit from it. Sure. And like he said, the port activity itself emits a lot of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Yeah. You need a carbon sink to absorb the gases. So it was a good project that the board saw reason and approved, and access to partner somebody to take care of these trees so that we get a benefit from it.
Yeah.
That's how Coastal Conservancy came in.
Organization came in. Okay. Yeah, so I'm coming to Mr. Ishon now. Tell us how far you've come with the planting of the trees and, how many you've planted so far and all that. But tell us about Coastal Conservancy Organization. What do you do? What's it about?
Coastal Conservancy Organization, once again, let me say Happy Father's Day to your viewers.
Absolutely.
It's a special day for all fathers.
Absolutely.
I think that the active fathers deserve the credits and the appreciation they are getting today.
Thank you, sir.
Back to your question. Coastal Conservancy Organization is an environmental NGO devoted or focused on regular, sustainable cleaning, removal, and cleaning, regular, sustainable cleaning and removal and reducing of impact, reducing of levels of impact of accumulated
yes, please.
Marine litter.
Yeah. And Harbour Masters and Port Facility Security Officers Network meetings here in Tema, Ghana. My name is Kennedy Mona. I have the privilege of becoming your host and MC for this ceremony. Before we continue, we would have to usher this event into the hands of the Almighty, and so it gives me pleasure to invite to the podium to give us the opening prayer Mr. Benjamin Na, who is the Secretary of the Senior Staff Union, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Can we give that for him, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Na. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, this morning we give you all the glory and adoration for the gift of life that you have bestowed unto us this morning. We commit this program into your care. Come take absolute control of this meeting from today up to the end of the program. We know you are the faithful God, that we believe in you, that you shall take us through this throughout the day, and at the end of the day, we shall be glorify your name through our Lord Jesus Christ, we pray. And we know with Christ in our vessel, we shall smile at the storm. Thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Benjamin, Secretary, Senior Staff Union, Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for him. He's committed us into the hands of the Almighty, and we can be. DP for coming. He is the director of the Keta Port project, and he's also the CEO of the Tema shipyard, if you have heard that before, those of you who are not from Ghana. Okay, so let me do some introduction of the directors that are here, managing directors and their collaborators. That's a participants list of the board of directors. We have one, Mapathe Diop Gay. I've struck a deal with the interpreters. They will be doing the interpretation as far as the designations are concerned. And so thank you very much, Madam and Mr. Interpreters, who are doing us the honors with the French interpretation. So Mapathe Diop Gay, we have Papa Mor Diop. They are from Senegal, Dakar. We have Monsieur Mamadou Biro Diallo, DG Pakonakri. Monsieur Seko Yalani Fofana. Monsieur Karifala Fofana. And then when we move to Equatorial Guinea, we have Senor Alejo Sima Olomo Eya, Bernardino Edu, Sonia Josefina Isuka Bongomo, and we also have Escolastica Miliagruza Yukui Eyono. I hope I've not butchered anybody's name. To Nigeria, we have Dr. Mohamed Bello Koko, who is the managing director. If you are here, can you give us a wave, sir? Oh, great. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Thank you. We have Ibrahim Nasiru, who is GM Corporate and Strategic Communications. Can you give us a wave? Oh, yes, sir. Great. Thank you very much indeed. We have Kabiru Dania, who is PA to the MD. Mr. Kabiru. Great. Okay, sure. Then we move to the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. We are those hosting you, so I'll jump that, and when we come back, I'll do the full introduction. I have the list here. So let's go to the PMAWCA Secretariat. We have the Secretary General himself, Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi. We also have, let's give it up for Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi, ladies and gentlemen. We have Mr. Tanto Pala, also from the PMAWCA Secretariat. Can you give us a wave, sir? Oh, great. Yes, sure. Sure. Mr. Jimo Inusa is also here, also from the PMAWCA Secretariat, and Mrs. Abiodun Noah, whom we have been working with together with. Great. Thank you very much. Let's give it up for Mrs. Noah. She's been all over the place with us and very hard working together with Inusa and then Mr. Kwala. So let's go to the Harbour Masters. I would first of all recognize Captain James Kwesing, who is here with us right in front of me from the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Thank you very much indeed. He's the Harbour Master for the Port of Takoradi here in Ghana. Junior Staff Union, can we see you? Great. Great. I have seen Mr. Henry Queevy here, who is the Senior Staff Union Chairman, who is here. Mr. Benjamin Nas, Senior Staff Union Secretary, gave us the opening prayer. We also have him. We also have, yeah, I mentioned Mr. Queevy. And so let's go to Gambia Port Authority, Harbour Masters. We have Bobakar Sise, who is the Chief Pilot. Can you give us a wave, sir? Oh, there he is. Thank you very much, sir. We also have Mr. Kule Ne. Mr. Kule Ne. Are you here, sir? Okay. And then we move to the port of Douala, Cameroon. Monsieur Abdul Hakim. Monsieur Abdul Hakim? Great. Thank you very much, sir. We have Minkos Ronu de Sesa. Okay, there he is. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Then we'll go to Nigeria, Captain Habib Simpa. Captain, thank you very much, sir. We have Captain Oye Wole Olufemi. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. We have Captain Marvin Omov Bude. Right. How have I made your name? That's a mouthful. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And then we have Captain Garba Gangere. Thank you very much, Captain. Thank you very much. Then we come to Port Autonome du Kribi. That's also in Cameroon. We have Commandant Bertrand Ndi Menduguena. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Then we come to Port of Lome, Togo. Sam Ibrahima. Yes, sir. Thank you. And then we have Aziable Mauli Koku. Oh, there you are. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Then let's come to the Port Autonome de Conakry. We have Monsieur Sedoba Soma, who is Director of Operations Maritimes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And then we come to Equatorial Guinea. We have Jose Felipe Ondo Alo Asui. Can we see you, please? Okay. Okay. All right. I think then we have to skip all of them. If the first one is not, it means the rest are also not present yet. So we'll wait as and when they arrive, we shall be acknowledging them. And so let me move to the other names on the list. We have Sierra Leone Port Authority. We have Alpha Yayan Bangura. Can we give it up for Mr. Bangura? Thank you very much indeed, sir. And we go to Angola. We have, okay, let's go to Abidjan. And we have Commandant Akahi Frank. Oh, yes, sir. Great. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. San Pedro, we okay. We have Pointe Noire, Alain Kowa Ngolod. I hope I haven't made the name, sir. Ngolod. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay, and we have Jean Boris Bokoya, who is a Port Facility Security Officer. Thank you very much, from Pointe Noire. And let's move straight to Dakar once again, and we have Ishmael Bass, who is the Commandant. Monsieur Ishmael. Okay, he's not here yet. And so finally, we would come to Cotonou, Benin. We have CDT Fayomi Charles Barnett. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's Commandant, right? Commandant, yes, sir. Thank you very much indeed. We are grateful that you have made it here. Let's acknowledge the presence, ladies and gentlemen, of Miss Benonita Bismarck, who is the Chief Executive, Ghana Shippers Authority. She's here with us. Thank you very much, ma'am, for coming. We are grateful to have you here. And we also acknowledge Ghana Maritime Authority. I understand they are also here. Who's the rep of the Ghana Maritime Authority? Okay. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure at this juncture to call on the Director General Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and President PMAWCA, Mr. Michael Achagwe Luguje, to give us his address. Let's give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, MC. Mr. Adam Imuru Ayana, other board members present, Madam CEO of Ghana Shippers Authority, representative of the Ghana Maritime Authority, colleague board members of the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa and their representatives, chairman of the Harbour Masters Network, and all members of the network, Harbour Masters and Port Facility Security Officers, director of our Keta Port project, GPHA management, GPHA workers representatives, that is the unions who are here with us, members of the media, opportunity to meet with Nigerian Ports Authority, from Conakry Port Authority, and their heads of delegations, and many others that are yet to join us. For we know how busy we are. The whole of this year, in fact, the whole of last year to this year, I know how many times I've been able to travel outside Ghana. We are very busy. And so for us to be able to sacrifice and be present, it signifies the amount of importance we attach to the association and its work. For that matter, I'm really grateful that you made time to be here. And I pray that we'll do everything within our means to ensure that you find your time in Ghana worthy. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have all witnessed challenges within the global sphere, from COVID to Russia, if I can say Russia. From COVID to Russia. But even before that, we have been living in an industry that is very dynamic. And for that matter, we needed to continuously engage and learn from each other, and then be able to ensure that at each time, we are always a step ahead of the trade to be able to serve the maritime trade better. Whilst we're doing all that and felt we're facing challenges, then we got hit by COVID-19. And that threw a huge challenge to all of us, what you did not expect. All of a sudden, it's like your door is shut to you, and you cannot go in. But you have to survive, and the door must open. But I'm happy that ports were able to really stand up to the challenge and ensure that our ports remained open for essential cargo to move. And we succeeded in doing that commendably. Globally, we had all the support from all international organizations, IAPH, IMO, and others, ILO, giving various guidelines as to what we should do to ensure that vessels continue to call our ports to deliver essential cargo, that crew are still able to be changed despite the challenges, and that at any given time our economies do not cripple. And we succeeded in delivering that successfully. Just as we were trying to see the end to COVID, then Russia arrived. And Russia's case is even serious. Well, for COVID, the challenge was, how do you ensure you remained healthy, but at the same time your doors are open for cargo? To a large extent, volumes dropped, vessel calls reduced, but the internal inflation is not as biting as the effect of Russia that we are seeing today. Russia came, and the global economy is suffering from unprecedented inflation. I budgeted for, let's say, $10 to buy fuel for my port for the whole year. 3-4 months down the line, I need $20 to $30 to buy fuel to service the port. That is the challenge we are facing today. So the challenge remains with all of us to think of how do you survive in these kind of situations, crisis situations. And that is the catchword today is resilience. How do you ensure ports remain resilient in the midst of pandemics and unexpected, crisis? We are all still learning from that. And opportunities of this nature will help us even learn better learn lessons from each other, and be able to ensure that continuously we are providing the services to the standards that are expected of us. The board of directors will be looking at a number of things, looking at the association's performance over the last year, looking at its budget for this year. Though this meeting should have been held about 2 or 3 months back in Equatorial Guinea. But for some challenges it didn't hold, and Ghana had to step in. But the board did give interim approval to the Secretary General to implement a draft budget, whilst we are looking at approving it today. We also look at the activities of the association over the last year, all the cooperation arrangements, the capacity building things we've done, and other lessons from colleague reports. Of course, the Harbour Masters Network, a very important body within the association. And I'm happy that we're able to set it up some years back. The reason is that the Harbour Master is the first point of call of every vessel that is coming to our country and our ports, and the last point of call was two. So therefore, in everything that we do, in fact, in some jurisdictions, the Harbour Master is actually the head of the port. So that tells us the level of importance of Harbour Masters. And of course, PFSOs in the wake of ISPS code. At any given time, safety and security are paramount. That's why we are happy that they made time to be here. And indeed, since their establishment, they have remained very, very committed to this cause. Even when they are not meeting physically, they had a lot of virtual meetings to ensure that at any given time, there was an opportunity for them to be learning from each other and keeping in touch to ensure that we are able to keep our waters and our ports as safe as possible. So I commend you all and encourage the Harbour Masters to make this presence very useful so that we can all leave with better lessons learned and the way forward to continue to improve on our work. Today, apart from even before resilience, the focus was on sustainability. Are we going to continue with time burning fossil fuels? The global space says no. Every single industry must be looking forward to moving to renewables, clean energy. That is still on the table, and resilience has come to add to it. So the challenges remain, but we are going to work together and ensure we are able to meet those challenges for the betterment of our old economies. On this note, I welcome all of us here to these meetings and wish us a very successful deliberation. Long live PMAWCA, long live Ghana. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Director General, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and President PMAWCA, Mr. Michael Achagwe-Luguje. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Very, very deep statement there he made, acknowledging the fact that port security cannot be compromised at all, no matter the circumstance. Harbour Masters as an interface between the harbours or the ports and then the rest of the world. Thank you very much, sir, DG. Ladies and gentlemen, I think when I was doing the introductions, I forgot Liberia. Liberia, there's the National Port Authority of Liberia, which is represented here, ladies and gentlemen, by Captain Ahmed Hale. He is the Harbour Master. Captain, welcome, sir. Thank you very much indeed. We also want to recognize the senior and junior staff unions of the Port of Takoradi. Here represented, the seniors are represented by Mr. John Hammond. Mr. Hammond, thank you very much indeed, sir. And then the juniors are represented by Mr. Divine Tamaklo. Mr. Tamaklo, thank you very much indeed, sir. We also acknowledge some management members of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority here present. The General Manager Risks, Mr. Oklu Rodik. Mr. Rodik, thank you very much, sir. General Manager Engineering, Mr. Joseph Serpina, is also here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed, sir. And then we also have the General Manager Estate and Environment, Mr. James Benjamin Gazy. Thank you very much, Ian. We're grateful to you for coming. Okay, let's also acknowledge Madam Ama Ajekungwa Hama, Consular Manager and HR. She's also here. Thank you very much, Madam. We are grateful to you for coming. And then we also have Madam Abna Sewa Opoku Fosu, Marketing and Public Affairs Manager, Port of Tema. Madam, thank you for coming. We're grateful to have you this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, it gives me pleasure to invite the Secretary General of PMAWCA in the person of Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi. Let's give that for him. Thank you very much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, on this special occasion, I am honored to say a few words. Since my predecessor on this stage, the chairman of PMAWCA, spoke in English, it is my privilege to address you in French. It's better. Monsieur Adam Imuru Ayana, membre du conseil d'administration de Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Monsieur le directeur général de Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Monsieur le directeur général membre du comité directeur de l'AGPHA, Monsieur le président du réseau des commandants des ports de l'AGPHA, Mesdames et Messieurs les membres de la communauté portuaire de Tema, Mesdames et Messieurs les membres du comité directeur de Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, honorables délégués, commandants de port et PFSO, venus des ports membres de l'AGPHA, distingués invités, Mesdames et Messieurs, tout protocole respecté. Je suis heureux de prendre la parole ce jour 20 juin 2022 à l'occasion de la cérémonie d'ouverture de la réunion du comité directeur et de celle du réseau des commandants de port de l'association de gestion des ports de l'Afrique de l'Ouest et du Centre, dont l'ouverture solennelle nous vaut d'être ici réunis ce matin. Faut-il le rappeler, cette double réunion qui se tient ici à Tema répond à un cas de force majeure et je voudrais saisir cette occasion pour remercier les autorités de la Guinée équatoriale pour leur bonne coopération et notre gratitude aux autorités de Ghana pour avoir prêté main forte à l'AGPHA en abritant les présentes réunions. Monsieur Adam Imuru Eyana, membre du conseil d'administration de Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. L'association de gestion des ports de l'Afrique de l'Ouest et du Centre, dont le Ghana a l'honneur d'assurer la présidence, a pour mission principale de contribuer à l'amélioration de la qualité des services et des activités portuaires de nos ports membres afin de promouvoir le développement socio-économique durable de nos pays et de la sous-région. Elle regroupe les acteurs de la chaîne portuaire qui se rencontrent de façon périodique au cours des comités techniques, des conseils, des réunions, des ateliers et des rencontres sociales à la fin de coopérer et de partager les connaissances sur les bonnes pratiques pour un meilleur service aux clients tout en maintenant un climat de sécurité et de sûreté environnementale. Pour mener à bien les objectifs qu'elle s'est assignés, des mécanismes de coopération régionale ont été mis en place pour mieux accompagner les changements et permettre aux ports africains de prendre en charge les défis nouveaux. Ma joie est d'autant plus grande que cette réunion soit abritée par le Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, dont le directeur général, anciennement secrétaire général de l'AGPHA, aura œuvré à la création et à l'animation du réseau des commandants de port, levier incontournable de la sécurisation de nos eaux et au développement du commerce maritime en direction en provenance de nos pays respectifs. Qu'il nous soit permis de traduire notre reconnaissance et celle de l'AGPHA aux autorités ghanéennes pour le rôle prépondérant qu'il joue dans le développement de cet outil de coopération qu'est l'AGPHA au service des ports de l'économie régionale. Notre gratitude va d'abord à l'endroit de M. Adam Imuru Eyana, qui nous honore de sa présence à la cérémonie d'ouverture des présentes assises. Monsieur Adam Imuru Eyana, pour votre sollicitude et votre disponibilité, je voudrais, au nom de l'AGPHA, vous dire merci. Ma joie se double d'un légitime sentiment de fierté et aussi de reconnaissance à l'égard de son Excellence M. Akufo-Addo, président de la République du Ghana, qui nous ouvre son pays pour abriter cette importante assise de notre association. Cette manifestation nous offre une nouvelle occasion, combien privilégiée, de célébrer sur cette hospitalière terre du Ghana la fraternité et la solidarité entre portuaires africains en général et ceux de l'Afrique de l'Ouest et du Centre en particulier, dont la gouvernance en matière de maritime et portuaire se traduit par la baisse considérable des menaces à la sécurité maritime et de leurs conséquences sur la sécurité humaine en raison du renforcement des capacités, de l'augmentation de la coordination et des opérations de sécurité maritime entre et parmi les États membres et la communauté internationale. La diminution des attaques pirates dans le golfe de Guinée, sans enlèvement d'équipage signalé dans le golfe de Guinée au premier trimestre de 2022 par rapport à 40 enlèvements d'équipage au cours de la même période en 2021 et avec une réduction significative des incidents signalés de 16 au premier trimestre 2021 à 7 à la même période en 2022 est à saluer. Des progrès appréciables qui ont été soulignés par le Bureau maritime international et la communauté internationale. Pour toutes ces raisons et bien d'autres, je voudrais traduire la reconnaissance de notre organisation aux autorités portuaires ainsi qu'au gouvernement du Ghana. Je voudrais à présent me tourner vers les commandants des ports et leur PFSO, clés de voûte de notre plateforme portuaire, pour leur témoigner la gratitude de l'AGPAOC pour le travail qu'ils abattent pour relever nos économies. Nos travaux qui commencent aujourd'hui et qui vont s'achever mercredi 22 s'inscrivent dans le cadre normal des activités de notre association. À ce niveau, il n'est pas superflu de rappeler l'importance de ce comité au moment où les réformes de notre association nous convoquent sur la pertinence des comités techniques relativement à l'implémentation des solutions issues de nos rencontres. Les organismes privés et étatiques qui collaborent avec vous à l'occasion de vos réunions nous démontrent qu'il en était besoin de la place de choix de votre réseau et de l'intérêt que les autorités portuaires et gouvernementales sont en droit d'attendre de vos travaux. À ce propos, je regrette que la Banque mondiale, annoncée plus tôt, n'ait pu être présente à nos assises pour présenter l'expertise des lauréats de l'appel à innovation du projet WACA sur la gestion de l'érosion côtière pour des raisons internes à leur fonctionnement. Je suis Adam Imoro Inaya, membre du comité d'administration de Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. Mesdames et messieurs les directeurs généraux, mesdames et messieurs, l'AGPAOC à 50 ans a fait du progrès. Cependant, force est de constater que beaucoup reste à faire au regard de nombreux défis qui marquent notre temps. C'est pour cela que le comité directeur tracera les sillons afin de permettre à nos experts du comité technique, notamment le réseau des commandants de port, de mener les réflexions pertinentes sur les questions d'intérêt commun, d'évaluer les actions de l'exercice écoulé et de retracer la feuille de route de l'exercice 2023. Je voudrais souhaiter que nos assises de Tema puissent nous permettre d'avoir des débats profonds, riches et féconds, mais surtout constructifs, afin de maintenir le rayonnement de notre association à travers la mise en œuvre d'actions positives bénéfices à nos ports. C'est sur ces mots que je voudrais clore mes propos en vous remerciant pour votre attention. Vive la coopération interportuaire, vive la GPAOC, je vous remercie. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary General PMAWCA, Mr. Jean-Marie Kofi. We are grateful to you for this insightful speech. I heard maritime security. I don't speak French, and so if I want to delve into what he has said, I might be lying to us all, those of us who have bereft of the French language. And so I heard him mention maritime security. He mentioned the Gulf of Guinea, and I guess that has to do with the piracy and the need for a concerted effort to nip that in the bud. We are grateful to you. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also acknowledge Madame Gifty Ajanku, who is the finance manager, Port of Tema, seated right here in front of me. Good morning, Madame. And thank you very much for joining us. Let me announce that this morning's opening ceremony is also streamed live on the GPIC. The GPIC is the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority's TV network. That's the Ghana Ports Information Center. And so it's streaming live across the port community. We're also streaming live on our social media handles and pages. If you go to Facebook, you can watch us live at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Still on Facebook, we are streaming live at Port of Tema. Port of Tema. And on YouTube, you can watch us live at Ion Port Ghana. Ion Port Ghana. Thank you very much indeed. So at this juncture, I think we are getting to the climax of this morning's opening session. And it gives me pleasure to invite the board chairman for the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, whose shoes are being worn this morning by Mr. Adam Imori Ayana, who is also a board member of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Let's give that for him, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. On my own behalf, it's a pleasure and I would say an opportunity that my board chair asked me to step in for him. I'm not a board chair, just to re-emphasize. The Director General, Ghana Ports and Harbours, and President of the Ports Management Association of West and Central Africa. The Board of Directors of the Ports Management Association of West and Central Africa. The Secretary General of the Ports Management Association of West and Central Africa. Board members of GPHA who are present. Distinguished Harbour Masters, representatives of member ports, stakeholders, GPHA unions, invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be part of this great assembly of dedicated men and women who are committed to pushing boundaries and setting the pace for the growth and development of the maritime industry, not only in West and Central Africa, but the entire African continent. Globalization, as we say, of the world economy, globalization, as we say, of the world's economy, accumulating in the demand for efficient and effective maritime transport services, has brought ports, a critical component of the maritime supply chain logistics, even closer through cooperation and collaboration. This should not be taken lightly if we must succeed. I am reliably informed that we are having the Board of Directors meeting concurrently with the Harbour Masters. So we have about 47 key participants converged here this morning for both meetings. I am also told, ladies and gentlemen, that this gathering is the 7th in the series of annual meetings of Harbour Masters and the board, who doubles as port facility security officers of the Ports Management Association of West and Central Africa. I am told that during these sessions, the board will assess the report on the 2021 activities, including the 2021 audit report, examine and approve the 2022 activity program, the budget, as well as the draft program for the 42nd meeting of the council to be held somewhere in November 2022. The same will apply to the projects and partnerships of the association. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe this would engender and allow for transparency and accountability, ensure that no member port is left behind. The Harbour Masters are also expected during their deliberations to share their experience on issues related to their functions. Cooperation agreements between ports and with national and regional bodies to improve safety and security and protection of the maritime environment. These, ladies and gentlemen, are indeed very important matters that require complete and unfettered attention, as they are the pivot around which smooth operations of member ports will revolve. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we must not lose sight of the fact that member ports are constantly reeling under one challenge or the other, and requires the collective efforts of the association to proffer solutions in addressing these challenges with the sole aim of making and managing our ports resilient and attractiveness. Imperative to also highlight that we need to learn and also collaborate with other ports outside our jurisdiction, for we operate in a global setting. This will ensure that we do not reinvent the wheels, but rather learn from and improve on lessons from such collaborations. Issues of maritime piracy, very key. Maritime pollution, environmental sustainability, illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing, as well as the old age canker of stowaways, are but a few of the issues that remain common amongst member ports, for which a redoubling of the efforts to nip and curtail them is urgently required. It is my hope that the Board of Directors and the Harbour Masters will devise innovative ways of dealing with the challenges that threaten the very existence of our ports and find lasting solutions to these challenges to ensure we remain competitive in our operations. Ensuring the removal of these challenges will not only make our ports competitive, but also increase vessel calls with the attendant increase in cargo throughput and an ultimate reduction in overall cost of doing business through our ports. I was sent by the board chair, but it looks like I'm here on his behalf, but I would have to chip in a word. When the board chair asked me to represent him this morning when I was coming, I went into my wardrobe and I wanted to put on a suit. Then my wife reminded me that this is Ports and Harbours of West and Central Africa. And she also reminded me that whichever way we look at it, we are not an island on our own. We have to collaborate with the rest of the world. So I'll step down one and you see that I put on an African shirt and I put on a global trousers. This is very imperative that we collaborate with the global world because we are all interconnected. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with these few admonitions from my boss, the chairman of GPHA board, I hereby declare the Ports Management Association of West and Central Africa Board of Directors and Harbour Masters Networking Meeting duly open. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Imoru Adam Ayana, board member, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, our special guest of honor for this morning. He is also an executive member of the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana, SWAG. Thank you very much indeed, sir. We're grateful to you. I would also like to acknowledge the presence, ladies and gentlemen, of Mr. Gavin Amavi. Mr. Gavin Amavi, ladies and gentlemen, is the General Manager in charge of operations, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Yes. He's also the ISO coordinator at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. I also acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Nana A.C. Soderberg, Deputy Marketing and Corporate Affairs Manager, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Madam, good morning and we're grateful to you. We are getting to the climax of this morning's event, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be going for the vote of thanks pretty shortly. But let me announce that once we are done with the vote of thanks, we are all supposed to go downstairs for the group photograph. We're going downstairs for the group photograph, and then when we return, we shall have the cocktail. And right after the cocktail, we shall break into sessions, and the Harbour Masters are returning to this particular venue, this particular hall, and the board of directors will be going upstairs to the second floor, and their hall is ready and prepared for them. And so that's how things are going to pan out right after the vote of thanks. Harbour Masters are returning to this particular hall, and the board of directors are going upstairs to the second floor for their session over there. But first of all will be the group photograph downstairs, and then we converge here again for the cocktail. Thank you very much. So at this juncture, it gives me pleasure to invite Madam Sewa Abna Opoku-Fosu, who is the Marketing and Public Affairs Manager, Port of Tema, to give us the vote of thanks. Let's give that for her, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Madam.
Good morning, everybody present. The representative of the Board of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Mr. Imoru Ayana, Distinguished Secretary General of the Port Management Association of West and Central Africa, Board members of the PMAWCA, CEOs, directors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and members of the Fourth Estate. Thank you very much this morning for gracing this occasion. The members who have traveled from far and near to be present, we ask wisdom, understanding as you deliberate on our ports in the midst of world economic recession and all the challenges happening. To the members of the Harbour Masters Conference, we are also asking you continue to deliberate on ways for navigational, operational, and environmental safety in our various ports. And all of us, whatever that our mission be, we also ask that we continue to do what is expected as we seek for ways to make our ports in West and Central Africa the best and raise the standards in port management and operations. This morning, we are thankful for your presence, and we wish you all the very best as you go back to your various endeavors. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Madam Sewa Abna Opoku Fosu, Marketing and Public Affairs Manager, Port of Tema, for the vote of thanks. We are grateful to you. We are going for the closing prayer, ladies and gentlemen, and I would call on somebody with an Islamic background to give us an Islamic closing prayer. Can anyone volunteer? An Islamic prayer. Do we have sheikhs and imams and malams and alhajis here? Okay. Maybe we'll call on someone else to give us the closing prayer. Who will volunteer Christian prayer? Oh, okay, sheikh. Thank you very much, sir. I guess you were engrossed with your phone and so. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Great.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Qul huwallahu ahad. Allahus samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. I wish us a successful deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that Islamic prayer. We're grateful to you, sir. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, your indulgence I crave for us to go downstairs for the group picture. And right after that, we shall be coming for the cocktail. And after that, we break into sessions. Once again, a reminder that the Harbour Masters are coming into this very room, and the Board of Directors are going up to the second floor where their room has been prepared for them. Thank you very much.
Kilometers. Go Super XP Run 95 gives you a smooth driving experience that is less vibration. XP Run 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory
and my warehouse. Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse, and my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance motor policy. Currently, my goods are on the high seas, covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance.
Oh, Ajima,
tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the projects, and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturing